I'm not here to sell you a false dream of starting an Etsy shop, making a ton of money and maybe quitting your full-time job. The reality is that's quite unlikely to happen. But if you go about it in the right way, you can make money. Let's find out how. Now, if you upload products in 2024 to Etsy without niche research or without a proper marketing strategy, you're just wasting your time. Etsy is a very highly saturated marketplace and it is extremely competitive. What's good about it though is that whilst there's so many products on Etsy, there's still areas when you funnel down into certain areas that there's potential to make money. And that's what we call doing niche research. It's about finding those profitable areas where there's potential to make money. So in order to build a successful Etsy shop, you either need to be doing that amount of detailed niche research, or you need to have a marketing strategy. And one of the most important things about that marketing strategy is reaching the right people. So for example, if you're an influencer and you have 500,000 followers on social media, there's every chance you're going to sell a t-shirt because you've got a big following, you can reach them directly, and they're probably quite interested to buy your apparel. Whereas if you don't have social media, or you only have a few hundred followers, for example, you don't really have that direct relationship with your potential customer base. And let's face it, most of us don't really have hundreds of thousands of followers or email subscribers. So in order to sell well on Etsy, the best way is to do niche research. Now, I'm going to show you how I do that, and I'm going to show you the example of the tool that I use. If you're a regular to the channel, you've seen this before, and it's a tool called Everbee. It's a plugin that integrates with your web browser, and it connects to Etsy to allow you to see more information. So if I go onto Etsy, you can see here the Everbee tool on the left-hand side. So as I mentioned, niche research is really important, and Everbee helps you with that. And the two main areas that I like to use are the product analytics, if you find a product that's selling really well, or the keyword research tool. So if we click on the keyword research tool, we can see Everbee in action. So here you've got the keyword, the estimated amount of searches per month on Etsy, the rough amount of competition, and then a keyword score which basically takes into consideration the amount of searches and the competition. So in an ideal world, you'd want a lot of volume and a small amount of competition. So say if you wanted to start a t-shirt shop, unless you niche down into a certain area, there's a very small chance of you actually making any sales. And that's because if we look here, you can see there's a good amount of searches per month, but there's an incredible amount of competition. So that's why Everbee gives it a keyword score of 0. But if we niche down a little bit, we can try and find some areas that might have potential to make sales. So what I like about Everbee is that you can include some filters as well. So I don't want to see anything with a keyword score of 0. So I am going to include a minimum of 5 keyword score. So if we scroll down here, we can have a look at some of the potential results. I've searched for funny dad t-shirt to try and just get some ideas around, funny t-shirts, comedy t-shirts, t-shirts for family members, and we'll see if anything pops up. Looking at this one, for example, Wordle funny t-shirt, it has a low amount of competition, only 177 other products with this keyword, but also not many searches a month. So whilst creating that sort of t-shirt could be a good idea, you're not going to get that many purchases because there's a low amount of demand. So what I'm going to do here is look at ones with less than 5,000 competitors, but still have a good amount of volume. So here we've got one that sticks out straight away. Gaming Dad t-shirt. It has an estimated 195 searches per month, and it's got under 5,000 competitors. And that's why it's got a keyword score of 40. So that one, there's still going to be a large amount of competition, but there's not tens or hundreds of thousands out there. Down here again, you've got Chicken Lovers funny t-shirt, so that's one that you could look into. Dad t-shirt for Bluey, TikTok funny t-shirt, and loads more. So before selling anything on Etsy, I'd recommend using a tool like Everbee to go through, do your niche research and try to identify areas that you could make products in. That way, you're not wasting your time, you're not wasting your money, you're not wasting your effort. So if you wanted to start a t-shirt shop, a sweatshirt shop, you wanted to sell digital posters, use a tool like Everbee, or just even search around on Etsy to find what's out there, what the competition's like, and whether you think there's a chance to make money. Another big piece of advice I've got for selling on Etsy is to try and make a shop about something that you're passionate about. I think that this really comes through in the products. So either it could be because you're knowledgeable about an area, so you have an insight which can come through in the products, or because you know the area and what people want, you might be able to find those niches quite easily. Also, if there's an area that you're passionate about and your friends and family know that, you might be able to sell some products to them as well. Take me, for example. I've got this YouTube channel where I talk about my book publishing career. So when I moved to Etsy, I tried a few things. I tried selling stickers, I tried selling t-shirts, and it wasn't until I started using Everbee and focusing on my passion that I really started to find my area that I think works quite well on Etsy. And that's selling pre-made book covers. Now, Etsy isn't the perfect marketplace for this. You don't really get many authors going on Etsy, so the demand is quite low, but I am starting to make a few sales on Etsy from that niche. And I think it's because it's an area I'm passionate about, and I can always contact people on social media on these videos and tell them about my covers. So as I mentioned, that's that kind of marketing strategy piece, but it also includes niche research as well. So there you go. That's some real advice from someone who's grafting away on Etsy, not making tens of thousands of dollars straight away. You know, I'm trying to create something slow, organic, with the aim to keep on adding products and make that long-term success. Etsy to me is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's very unlikely you're going to find that really hot niche, sell loads of products and quit your job. But if you put in the time and the research, I do think there's a potential to make an extra income on the side. That's at least what I've experienced so far. I've not experienced those highs of making thousands a day. Maybe it will come, who knows. But if there's anything else that you want to ask me about Etsy, if there's anything you want me to make a video on, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, that's it for this one. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.